Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going? Welcome to my continuing coverage of Summer Game Fest E3, not E3. Today we have the Guerrilla Collective kicking off here in about 20 seconds or so. For those who don't know, this show is mostly indie games and AA games. But in past years, they've had a really good show showing off a lot of cool stuff, so we will see what they have this year. Also, this show is starting out very early. It's like 10 a.m. This morning. Let's go ahead and flip screens. I will also turn it up here.
Been a long time coming.
It has.
We've been sitting here with these masks.
I'm over the masks.
2 years.
2 years.
When we started this G3 stuff, this Guerrilla Collective GC stuff, I mean, we had to rock these.
Let's turn it up a little bit more.
I think it's about time.
It's about time to take them off.
Let's take these off and let's get right into it, people. What is happening, everyone? Welcome to GC3, the Guerrilla Collective 3 Summer Showcase, the least pretentious showcase you will see this summer. That hat trick, the three-peat, the menage. Anyway, I'm your host, Justin Woodward, co-founder of The Mix, the Media Indie Exchange, and Terra Bay Entertainment, and advisor of the Black Game Developer Fund, as well as Black Voice in Gaming. I'm with my amazing co-host, the green-eyed bandit, can't stand it, Candace McKinney. How's it going, Candy?
It's going great, Justin. I am so happy to be here co-hosting GC3 and kicking off the summer with everybody.
We're going to really kick it off tough. The Guerrilla Collective was created because everything was fragmented in terms of the press and event organization during the zombie apocalypse of 2020. So we decided to come together, organize, and deploy showcases with our fellow independent hustlers in the game industry and add some flavor and style to the industry.
We might see some repeat stuff too. That wouldn't surprise me.
That was ensuing. The Guerrilla Collective's main message is unity. We are carrying on the tradition of organization with these showcases with leading game studios, publishers, and industry leaders independently to share announcements, gameplay reveals, updates, and drops from studios of all sizes direct to everyone watching worldwide.
So this week, we started Black Voices in Gaming, and today we will blow things up with GC3, showcasing a wide range of games, and then we'll hand it off to our friends over at Wholesome Games for their Wholesome Direction.
Yeah, the Wholesome one
Later
is...
on this week, we'll have
we might take a look at the Wholesome Direct, but I don't know if I'm going to fully cover it.
Fresh games that are crispy and lit.
They're going to be mad, crispy, but not burnt. Before we get started, we have to give a huge shout out to our sponsors, PlayStation, Razer, Astro Gaming, Tencent, our fellow devs and publishers, 11-bit
Tencent, man, they own like half the gaming industry.
Aurora Punks, Freedom, Graffiti, Gravity Games, Arise, HeroCraft, Modern Wolf, Raw Fury, Tiny Build, Wire Productions. Also, salute to the developers who played a role in the showcase. They have contributed their games and resources to make this possible.
And once again, you guys, we've teamed up with the fine folks at Valve to showcase our stream on their platform in order to support the devs. Be sure to check out the
Guerrilla
Collective
Steam
3 event page on Steam, where you can learn more about the games, buy games that are available now, or add them to your wish list for the games that haven't been released yet. These wish lists really help the devs, so let's do it.
Definitely check out the wish lists. Support the devs. They will love it. Shout out to our broadcasting partners for supporting the showcase and the developers on the stream, Twitch, Steam, IGN, of course, GameSpot. We are trying something out new this time around.
Okay.
We're going to be doing key drops through QR codes randomly during the showcase. So please have your phones ready to grab some codes from the Guerrilla Collective GC3. Also, let's say hello to our Mixed Master Guerrilla Squad partners who are co-streaming today. You all are amazing. Be sure to check out all
I could have signed up for that, but I didn't.
And commentary from them. Let's get started with the first set of games that go OD this summer, beginning with a hardcore Soul Seeker simulation, a Soul-like action RPG, as well as some up-and-coming games and a few exclusive surprises on the horizon for release. Let's get started.
I can't wait.
All right, here we go.
All squads report in.
Kilos ready for takeoff.
Looks like a Modern Warfare like spoof.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, yeah.
I guess this is just like a top-down shooter. I was trying to see if it was a bullet hell, but there's not enough incoming fire for it to be a bullet hell. I wonder if it's team-based or if it's just single player. From space. See, this is what I like. I like that they just go rapid fire trailer. And then they talk, and then rapid fire trailers, and then talk, and then rapid fire trailers. That's a pretty good way to do it. Just go from game to game. So we can kind of get a look at things here. Kind of write down the ones I'm interested in. See, this is kind of interesting. I feel like I want to see a lot more on it. It's like there's card mechanics, there's relationship mechanics, exploration mechanics. I guess there's like dialogue choices, a mix of art styles. Was it Exocolonist? World premiere. Where your son got a paintball gun and shot all your paintings up. Well, this game's won a bunch of awards, apparently. That's an Elden Ring boss. Well, this game got dark real quick. Is it ugly? That's what I did this morning. I was like, man, I had to wake up early so I could get to the gym. It's like a oddball space shooter. Boundary? This game looks kind of cool. Kind of reminds you of like Diablo 2 a little bit, just like the surface level like art style and stuff. Not necessarily the combat, but June 30th. Oh, early access.
Candy, Alaloth has come such a long way and is looking really impressive. I remember when that game just got started. Looking forward to checking that out, as well as Boundaries, shooting folks in space. What?
Coming up next, we're going to get serious with some games that may scare you a little, and then transition to some more narrative-driven situations that might make you contemplate life. We got a full roller coaster of emotions coming up. Let's go.
It's too early in the morning for this. We've already had our fair share of scary games. Visually, it looks like Mass Effect 1. And what I mean, like a game that was made like 10 plus years ago. I like that ice freezing ray thing. Also, we'll have to watch Twitter today. See if there's any pop-up news on Twitter. Because, yeah, BioWare, one of the BioWare devs put out a weird message yesterday. Acting like there was going to be more Dragon Age news today. Like, if they were going to be at a conference, maybe they would show up at the Future Game Show, but I don't know. Maybe they're just going to announce something on their own. You would think if BioWare was smart that they would make a deal with either Microsoft to show up at their show or PC Gamer show up at that show. But who knows? Wait a minute. And I just looked at Twitter and all of a sudden Dragon Age is trending and I'm like, wait, did they just announce something? And now I'm looking. Okay, it looks like people are just talking about the Netflix series. I don't see anything like new. Oh, it's kind of funny. The Guerrilla Collective Twitter just tweeted out that they were live. They're literally 10 minutes late on that tweet. The social media guy is a little off. The teacher awaits. This kind of reminds me of We Happy Few a little bit. How will you survive, chat? Oh, buy now? Is it just out now?
She's playing with my mind. There is no fucking escape.
It is still unknown if she was under the influence of any drugs, or if it was actually a witchcraft ritual as
it was witchcraft. It's always witchcraft.
At the scene. Suggesting the latter, police officers found books at the scene containing strange...
I heard Dark Robe is like a master of witchcraft. That's what I've heard.
So far, his left leg and 3 fingers have not been found. The first victim was her own 75-year-old.
That's going to be your wrestling character.
Madison mutilated his body in such a way that his face was unrecognizable. His body was found immediately.
It's going to be a jump scare. Just warning you guys now, it's going to happen.
Madison continued to mutilate her body before disposing of it.
$1980. Is that 81 or 87?
This is impossible. This place didn't look like this a second ago.
It's another dimension.
Chains? Maybe I can break them with something.
Why would that even be a thing? There's probably you know what? You don't want to go in there. This is a terrible idea.
What the hell am I doing? The doorbell. I gotta get to the front door.
They're kind of showing a lot of this compared to the other trailers they've shown so far. There's your jump scare. I told you it was coming. July 8th. Dark Robin chat says, okay, I was the master of what? And something about wrestling? Was it making pizza? Yes, you're the master of making pizza. But you're also the master of witchcraft. Because the game was talking about witchcraft. And then I said your wrestler was going to be the master of witchcraft and making pizza, apparently. I'm gonna turn this stream down a couple notches. It's really loud. The fridge is red. That reminds me of the fridge. The fridge in Control. If you take your eyes off the fridge, you die. That's a weird robot thing. This is like a steampunk deal.
Just
Oh my god, what is happening?
Just stay here. Stay for him.
Oh my god, is this right?
No one.
Hey, game's out now. Let me go to Steam here real quick. Get us a quick live update. $11-bit. I think they do good stuff.
Guys, it's Carol from 11-bit Studios. I'm glad to be back at Guerrilla Collective because we've been pretty busy for the last 2 years. So first of all, I would like to introduce Luke Whitaker from State of Play, the creators of South of the Circle, because they would like to tell you more about how they are creating games.
I'm Luke Whitaker. I'm creative director of State of Play. We made South of the Circle, which is a narrative adventure game set in Antarctica in the 1960s. We decided on such an unusual setting because I was fascinated by the surreal beauty of Antarctica. Our lead character, Peter's experience in Antarctica, remembering all his past, got me thinking about my own experiences, my own memories, and how my memories of past events are often different to other people's memories of that event. And I got looking into the science of it and realized that what we're doing when we are accessing memories, we're taking them out, we're thinking about them, experiencing them. When they go back, they may be slightly altered. And so over a period of time, we may have completely different memories of an event. And maybe we have a family member who has been telling the same story for 20 years, and it's now very different to the first story they told. We wanted to tell the story about power and the individual and how these big powers can affect our lives. But the more we worked on this story, the more it became apparent this was a story about the individual and the individual choices we make. And we realized the most interesting thing and
by
the
the way,
important thing in our lives
this scene right here, they're
those small
shooting that with a very nice
decisions we make
camera.
and the promises we make in life.
One thing you start to notice when you start doing like
think and
videos and streams on the internet,
and in South of the Circle,
you start noticing like other people's cameras and their setups, and
childhood.
so like you can see how there's light coming in on the back of his head, so it's like backlit, and they're using like a soft lens on it, so it's like fading out the background a little bit. But
it's an emotional game to play, and soon you'll be able to experience this for yourself on consoles and PC.
South of the Circle is the future for us, but it doesn't mean we forget about our past. For me, as one of the creators, it's hard to believe that it's been almost 8 years since the release of this world of mine, and we've been pretty busy during that time. So let me introduce Paweł Michowski, who'll tell you more about it.
see, now on that camera, that was not backlit because they were using natural lighting.
This war of mine
Which, generally
is
speaking, natural lighting is a no-no.
Civilians in war trying to survive the war.
But the
Released originally
filter that
in
they were using to fade out the
2014
background on that
The
shot was a
final
little
cut
bit
is
too
the
much.
ultimate version of the game, released only a month ago on current
Same with
gen
this.
consoles.
They're oh, is this one of mine? So this game I've heard so many great things about.
The game
I've always
is
wanted to play it.
special on many layers. I mean, it speaks about human dignity in very
I think
inhuman
this game's on
times.
Game Pass.
Imagine being
But this
put in a
game's won,
war-torn
like, so
city
many
where you have
awards.
to deal with lack of everything: food, medication, treatment, dealing with constant danger. In such horrible times, it takes a lot of cost and heavy effort to stay human. And this War of Mine speaks exactly about it. This War of Mine Final Cut has got a lot of content comparing to the old-gen version, a content unavailable in that one. New civilians, new scenarios, new locations. So practically the game is a few times bigger comparing to the old one. And I need to stress out that in the game there is no tutorial. And you may ask why. It's simple, because in war, no one would tell you how to survive. Since 2014, we've been constantly developing the game, adding new story-driven scenarios, a lot of free updates, a ton of content. including even charity content that was directed specifically towards gathering funds for War Child in this case. And lately we've organized donation for Ukrainian Red Cross just by selling the game, and we amounted.
Oh, that's right. They did that.
$1 million
Yeah, I
almost.
remember that.
So actually, This War of Mine is a great example that a game can make a change and be that way something more than just a game.
That's all we've got for you today, and I hope you like it. And having an opportunity to be here, I would like to thank you all for supporting 11bit for so many years, because it's thanks to you that we were able to achieve so many great things. And while speaking about great things, there's actually one more to come, and it's right around the corner. So be sure to follow up.
Yeah, you see in this scene how they're using the natural lighting on the left side, but it's too much, and so it's actually like blowing out the scene a little bit, and it's making the plants look a little fake because it's like blown out, and it's, you know, again, the filter that they're using to make it
Hello, I'm Jörg Tittel, and I'm the writer and director of The Last Worker, a
to make it like fuzzy or whatever.
narrative adventure centered around our struggle in an increasingly
Why is that cow in a box?
world.
I'm Ryan Bousfield, I run Wolf and Wood, and we're bringing The Last Worker to PC, console, and VR platforms in 2022.
The Last Worker puts you into the body, the mind, and the seat of Kurt, the last human worker at Youngle Fulfillment
Okay, so
Center
this
1,
game we saw
the largest
yesterday.
such facility on Earth, the size
The
of
Last
the
Worker.
sunken city of Manhattan. And,
Because his
you've been
little
there for 25
droid was,
years,
like, making
you've never
fun
made
of
a
him or
single
whatever.
Mistake, which is why you still have your job, and that's why everyone else has lost theirs.
It's easy to marvel at the wonders of Youngle, but remember, here at Youngle, time waits for no man.
You can say that again.
It's easy to marvel at the wonders of Youngle.
Stop.
But of course, you're not entirely alone in the game. There's Skew, your only friend and cobot, played by Jason Isaacs, who you might know from Harry Potter, Star Trek Discovery, Death of Stalin, Olafur Dari Olafsson, Zelda Williams, David Hewlett, Claire Hope Ashity, and Tommy Earl Jenkins. We've got an incredible cast.
This area should be off limits.
At Youngle, there are no limits.
So you start out doing the day-to-day work of Kurt, dispatching products, you're keeping up with the robots, but obviously this is not a work simulator. You're soon contacted by a group of activists called Spear. They want you
This
to
is the guy that
delve
gets
deeper
all the
into
boxes
facility.
for
They
Norman
want you to
Reedus
take
in
on
Death
this
Stranding.
Espionage, work all in kind of stealth light gameplay, where you do have to go to these zones where you're not supposed to be. And so you've got to delve deeper, picking up tools and weapons later on to access these areas. So you're always going to have that push and pull between the activists and Kurt's pride in his day-to-day job.
Don't worry, she won't hurt you. Again, right? Hoverbird?
I can't promise anything.
It's a story and world rich with drama and even the occasional moments of horror and a lot of comedy as well. Because it's important for us to build a world that you actually want to inhabit. We wanted to make something that is crafted with love and full of color. We have been working with Nick McMahon, the incredible comics legend and co-creator of Judge Dredd, on designing these characters in the world with him. And I hope you will enjoy the very unique look of our game.
At Youngle, nothing.
The game is packed with so many surprises and crazy cool moments. We just cannot wait for you to play it later this year.
That's a pretty cool cast.
Justin, remember, the Frigidaire is red. You can't take your eyes off of it.
I mean, you don't have to ask me thrice. You know what? Signalis is also looking slick with its old school PlayStation. Textures and gritty yet smooth, ominous style. Such awesome, like, gritty games.
That's true. To loosen things up, you guys don't have to worry about staring at a crimson icebox. We've got some upbeat style arcade titles coming at you. Let's shred right into it.
Let's shred it.
Let's not shred it. If you've ever wanted to be a farm animal on a snowboard, this is the game for you. Wait, that one's got rockets? I think that's cheating. Combine any monsters with people. So it's like Pokemon meets I don't know. Wait, did he just shoot lasers out of his mouth? You said it was a big guy. You didn't say it was an apartment building. It's a big monster. The game's out now. I'd say we're about half done with this show, assuming it's an hour to 90 minutes. Like this is another one of those like almost like world building puzzle game kind of deals.
Justin!
What? I'm trying to play Witch and Whiz here. What? Candy?
Please put down the handheld. I have a really special surprise for you.
Okay, you have my undivided attention now.
Good. Good. Because next up, we're going to go back to the future and share some neo-retro games, soon-to-be classics, that give you that old-school funk, that give you that feeling. We're going to start out with our favorite Heroes in a Half Shell, see what's happening with
hey, we get to see more of the Turtles game.
Of the Night Indie, Style Darling, and much more.
This better be good.
Oh, it will be.
Yeah, I'm so happy. This game is coming out next week now. That was just announced yesterday. This game looks great. Got to find some people to maybe play this with. I think this game is good as a two-person game. I feel like if you get any more than that, it's gonna get too chaotic. They announced that you can do this with up to 6 players. So it's all 4 turtles, and then you can Shredder, April, and Casey Jones are the other options. So yeah, this is 4-player here. But I played the heck out of those old turtle games back in the day. I just hope this game is good and that it's not, you know, buggy or got problems. Oh, they did. April just joined in. Oh, and Splinter. Yeah, I don't recall playing this in the arcade. I remember playing the what were they? Like I'd have to look up. I don't know if these were Sega games, because I mean there was the original Nintendo game which I played a bunch, but that game was not like this. But yeah, the like original beat 'em up. Also, why are they shooting? Why are the Foot Clan guys shooting crossbows with plungers? You don't remember April and Splinter being in them? I believe you're correct. From what I remember, like those original games, it was just the turtles. Even like Casey Jones, I don't recall him being a playable character. Yeah, that game, like I said, that game comes out next week. I think it's next Thursday, if I remember correctly.
The dragon stirs in the void, and an empire trembles. The rule of the Magi Lords is failing.
That's gonna be me in like 20 years.
Shall we place our faith in the low cunning of the sellswords, or in the golden dead to whom we offer prayers? Certainly not in the foul magical praxis of witches and lay sorcerers. No. This is our punishment. We woke the dragon, and for us, there is no salvation.
Man, that's like extremely retro. I guess we're kind of in the retro block here, but that Turtles game, that game looks retro, but you can tell that it was like not designed for retro. It's like a current system retro game, if that makes sense. But like the last 2 games we just saw, it's like those are retro games, you know? Wait a minute. Oh, God. I remember this game. Oh, no. What was this game called? Was it called Block Breaker? Oh, my. Wait, now that... I don't... Yeah, they're doing like a new version of that old game. And for the first time ever. 24? Oh, so they're doing like a battle royale deal. Kind of like Tetris Effect. 25-person battle royale. Who can last the longest kind of deal. That's smart. That's real smart. Crazy. I'd play that game. October, but no exact date. So I want to look up here real quick. When did the original, like, Arkanoid come out? But yeah, I remember playing the heck out of that game. 1986 was that original game. It was for the Nintendo, the NES, arcade, the MSX, and others. Crazy. I don't need a teddy bear friend. That's scary. Game looks kind of cool. Conquer the darkness. That's a Dark Souls boss. See, I feel like this game, the combat has to be very fluid. If it's not, then it's going to be a problem. Nine Years of Shadows. Didn't we see that game yesterday?
You're right, Candace. Thank you so much for Karate Chopping the Handheld, because that was lit. Turtles in Time was my childhood right there. Can't wait for the Cowabunga collection. Shout out to Digital Eclipse. Also, Bats is out now, and you can pre-order the physical edition from Limited Run Games. I'm going to pick up all of those games when they are out of the oven.
I am too. Coming up next are some surprises that fall into our last category, but also add some new flex to the RPG and strategy genre as well. Let's menu dive into the next set of games, shall we?
We shall.
Welcome to WrestleQuest, the world's first pro wrestling
this game,
RPG,
yeah.
and the sweatiest game here at the Guerrilla Collective Showcase. I'm Zach, the head of narrative.
I don't know if this game is officially
I'm Andy. I'm
part
one
of
our
WWE, but it's using WWE like
and we've
characters
got some
though.
Content here to show
This
you
is
that
a
has never been
wrestling
seen before.
RPG.
So WrestleQuest includes real-world wrestling legends like Macho Man Randy Savage, Jeff Jarrett, Jake the Snake, and more. These guys appear as giant statues across the world map, with people coming from all over to pay tribute to these icons. These sites are also the starting point for side quests themed around each legend. Here on screen, Machacho Man and his friends are at the end of one of these quests. They've been investigating a strange cult of Wrestle Raiders that worship the Road Warriors. After a chase with the Mad Max style
everybody
wasteland,
worships
quest
the Road
comes to a head
Warriors.
with a wrestling match against Hawk and Animal on the back of a speeding big rig. So each of these side quests themed around the real wrestling legends. Some of them you'll help the wrestlers, some of them you'll end up fighting them, like here. And no matter the outcome, they're always the key to the game's best moves. So sometimes you'll get iconic gear or outfits from the wrestlers, other times you'll be able to summon them into battle. So I know some RPGs will let you summon dragons and monsters and whatnot, but only WrestleQuest will let you summon Jake the Snake to rip a DDT on your enemies. Or in this case, if you're able to beat the Road Warriors, you'll be able to summon them to do their Doomsday device on your foes. Andy, what's your favorite thing about the Road Warriors?
I love the fact that they can put their mohawks together to power up. they fit in to each other very nicely.
It's important. It's important to have that type of symmetry. Speaking of working together, Andy's showing you some of our tag team maneuvers here. Muchacho Man and Toy Box Jimmy doing a blockbuster. There's a cast of 12 playable characters in WrestleQuest, and there's different combinations of tag team maneuvers and even triple teams between them.
So I've seen a little bit more on this game. I know there's like
at the bottom of the screen.
there's like a Zelda-like overworld map that you run around in. But this is like the first time that
they'll get bored, and that'll
I've seen like this combat or whatever.
Get stronger. But if you approach the battle with a little bit more showmanship and creativity, that'll fill up, and you start to get bonuses. Extra damage, extra loot, better loot, AP regeneration. It's all there.
Hey, you got healed. Yeah, this is a JRPG, essentially.
There's over 20 wrestling
JRPG wrestler game.
WrestleQuest. So we'll be excited for you to check them all
There's
out.
Sergeant Slaughter, there's Andre the Giant, Jake the Snake Roberts.
Checking it out, guys.
We don't have a date for this yet, do we?
Hey, folks. I'm Buddy, the community manager for Akupara Games, and today I'd like to introduce you to the core gameplay of Zoetti, our poker-based roguelike by Dusklight Games.
Okay.
In Zoetti, you've got all the ingredients that make a core roguelike experience. You play as one of a few different characters with their own unique play styles as, you fight your way through a number of battles before facing off against a boss. And every time you win a fight, you get a reward. You get more powerful before you face tougher challenges.
So there's a lot of games out there that are like this, but I haven't seen one that's poker-based.
Roguelike experience. When we get into skills and abilities
I like the art
you're
style.
using to win those battles, though, that's when things get a little spicy. In Zoetti, you have a limited number of skill slots, and each one is tied to a particular hand of poker. The rarer the hand, the more powerful the skill. Two pair
It's definitely
is
an
gonna be
interesting
weaker
twist on this
than,
genre.
A straight flush. So, in practice, this is how it works. At the beginning of the fight, you draw a bunch of cards. These are playing cards, and depending on the kinds of poker hands you can create, you can activate those skills. If you have 3 of a kind in hand, you can activate the skill tied to 3 of a kind. So here, I'm going to activate Boundless Battle Spirit, which buffs my damage a bunch. And then I'm going to activate it again, and then I'm going to hit a bunch of times with individual strikes.
Huh, okay.
When you win a battle in Zoetti, you don't add more or different cards to your deck. That's always going to stay the same. Instead, you can add new skills, or level up your existing skills, or acquire different skills for slots that you already have filled. Changing out these skills allows you to really customize your build, and you're always going to want, a certain balance of offense and defense, which begs the question, do you want a powerful defensive option, something tied to a straight or a full house, or, do you want something that's a little bit weaker but more readily available, like a single pair of cards that, you're going to find that in basically every hand that you draw. And all of this is affected by the underlying statistics and modifiers of the game.
Well, chat, one thing you guys got to remember, this is not real gambling.
Cards you draw per turn.
You're not buying like loot boxes or cards or nothing.
You keep
You're just
all
playing
of the
poker
cards that you don't play on a turn, which means you can have 11, 12, 13 cards in hand, which gives you much better access to some of your deeper, more powerful skills, like something tied to a full house.
And your opponents are not playing poker against you.
The amount that you draw per turn, allowing you to just kind of dump your hand every single turn for maximum tempo. And those are just 2 examples. There's plenty of
It's
cool,
teaching
complex modifiers
poker to
that,
kids.
you can pick up to enable really interesting builds for the game.
Yeah, kind
Anyway,
of.
I think that's about as complicated as I'm willing to get.
But not every game is a kid's
For now,
game either.
If you want to learn more about Zoetti, I'd recommend wishlisting us on Steam, since I'm going to be really showing off some of the deeper, more complex mechanics in the not too distant future. And, that's probably the best way to keep on top of things. I hope you have a really good time checking out the awesome titles at the Guerrilla Collective. And, otherwise, I wish you the best of luck in your travels. Cheers.
That's kind of interesting. It can lead to gambling. It can lead to gambling. I don't know if I totally agree with that. Because you're putting a deck together to do damage to defeat an enemy. It's not like you're putting a deck together and you're betting something. It's like you're not betting money to then try and get more money, and then if you lose money. I don't know. So what you guys are really saying, though, on that game is, if you were just to simply take away the playing card art, so it doesn't look like playing cards, and they make up some fictional thing, then it's okay? Because at that point, it'd be no different than like Slay the Spire or any of the other games in that category that are out, where you're playing cards to defeat enemies. Exclusive.
You know, kid, the world isn't all sunshine and rainbows. If you want to be a hero here, just being good isn't enough. Because this world is ruled by greed, and greed is exactly what you need here. So kill. And blow up.
Blow up?
And loot.
So this is a side-scrolling Diablo.
On the path to greatness.
Hello everyone, I am Nana Moon, and this is Keylocker turn-based cyberpunk action. Keylocker is a turn-based tactical wooden RPG taking place in a world without music, where you play as the illegal singer Bobo, her twin brother,
Throughout the hour in
hacker
chat says
Dylan,
some of these games
and
are weird.
drummer Rocket.
You know, that's the thing about
pick up with
indie
Dylan and
games or
Rocket
indie
searching for
developers
Bobo, who has
is
been taken by
you
the
are able to
satellites,
see a
the
lot of
ultimate authorities
games
of Saturn. They
that
have
you would
entered
not
the
see
Droid Factory,
out of the
domain of one
AAA
of
gaming
Saturn's
space.
satellites,
A
the
lot of
Western.
like very
But the way
weird and
forward is
creative
filled with
ideas.
dangerous foes.
Yep.
The combat of Keylocker takes place on a tactical grid, where every move must be considered. Plan your actions carefully, as each attack comes with its own field of damage. Timing your attack is crucial for survival, as every perfect hit brings you closer to victory.
And you know, and
every
that's one
miss
reason
closer to
why
death.
when we watch these little indie showcases,
Some attacks will cause passive effects
everybody
to
in
appear on the grid.
chat or anybody who's
By
watching this
using the
video,
flood modifier, the fabricant
your
has
gaming
spawned
preferences
an
are
electrical
different,
field on one
and
of the
so
tiles,
probably about
recharging his
90% of what we
every
see
turn.
is a game that
Unfortunately,
you'll
his
never
life
play.
points are too low to take advantage
So like
of
I've written
this
down 4
strategic
games
position.
so far.
Luckily, Dealer has spent a long time preparing for this moment, holding keys to increase his progress on the skill tree. The droids are no match for his skill level.
So this is essentially like a turn-based combat JRPG.
Rocket, however, was only recently given combat capabilities and could do with an
That guy's
upgrade.
dead.
Let's take a look at his skill tree with the keys we have received from combat. The skill tree has 2 branches available.
I like how they spell
and each
skill,
different class gets a unique
S-K-E-Y-L-L.
one.
The skills
You start
tree.
at the top using keys to level up the talents until it unlocks the next one below it. Talents will increase your stats, let you add unique modifiers to attacks, add passive abilities, or unlock new gear for use. Progressing far enough down the skill tree will even let you cross your skill tree with another class, creating hybrid classes. More on that in the future. If you want to see more of Keylocker, head over to our Steam page and make sure to wishlist and follow. We will have a demo available there during the Summer of Gaming, so make sure to check that out. Thank you.
Oh, this game we saw yesterday. This game looks cool. I've already like wishlisted this. Yeah, this game looks cool. There's like 50 some units. And it's got like, you know, a mix of like Heroes of Might and Magic and, you know, a bunch of other games that are out there. Symphony of War. Oh yeah, I was gonna look and see what the reviews are on that.
Wow, Justin, WrestleQuest looks fantastic.
That game's
The
$16,
nostalgia
by the way,
brings me
chat.
right back to playing Royal Rumble with my brother. on the
Right
Genesis.
now, it's very
also brings me back
positive
to
at
some drama.
90%.
Trauma, yeah. You know, my brother recorded over all of my high school cheerleading VHS tapes with episodes of Monday Night Raw.
That is so ridiculous.
It did,
I
and
used
it
to do that
gave me a
too.
really bad relationship with wrestling.
Record Monday
but
Night
there's
Raw.
something about WrestleQuest that's making me second guess that, and I feel like I should really let all of this go.
You definitely should make that happen.
You know what, Joey? I love you and I forgive you.
Apparently, there
Now
was
I
a
can
game called Ogre Battle.
Breakthrough
And
Candace.
this
now that
game
that's
is like
all over, we can move on with
inspired
our
by
lives and
that.
the rest of the show. Candy, how can we support these?
Because
devs
I'm seeing some people
By
in
the
the
Steam
reviews
event page, Justin. So everybody, be sure to
say
check
that
out
this
the
is
Guerrilla
like
Collective 3 event page
an
on
upgraded
Steam.
Ogre Battle.
Definitely support the devs.
I don't know what that game
Check
is.
out their games, wishlist them, and all that jazz for sure. Okay, kids, it's GC3 key time.
Somebody
Here's
else
the QR
says this is
code.
the
Take a
first PC
picture of it
game that is
for
like
some of
Fire
your
Emblem
favorite
/
awesome
Ogre Battle.
Guerrilla Collective games from the developers and publishers representing the GC. Free keys. You love them. You see the QR code. Take it. First come, first serve. Boom. Up next on GC3.
Dang it, that code went away.
Time for some action. We're going to share some indie titles that represent tough in the action adventure department. So let's go.
Hello everyone, I'm Giacomo Masi, narrative director at
Oh,
Solar
this
Games,
is
and I'm here
I've seen this
to
game.
presents to you our latest work, Batora.
Yeah,
Lost
Praetora.
Haven,
I've
which
had this
will
bookmarked
launch
for a
this
long
fall.
time.
Batora is a narrative action RPG where Avril, our protagonist, will have to face a cosmic journey and use her powers to save who and what she loves.
Yeah, I want to say this game was
making
first shown
many
like 2 years ago.
significant choices that will change the destiny of the whole universe. Avril journey will take her to 4 different worlds, each representing one of the natural elements. The one we are seeing right now is Wab, the planet of air, which is composed of 5 completely different areas that will feature a scorching desert, this eerie mountain, a mystical river infested by evil spirits, and so much more. We've had a lot of fun creating intriguing characters with their own cultures and customs, alongside with colorful
this game looks really
and
cool.
vibrant environments that you'll get to explore in details thanks to an in-game zone. All the planets that Avril will visit during the game are actually inspired by real places and human cultures. For example, Wuhav is strongly based on Chinese mythologies and settings, and this cute little lizard that we see here is called Yoke. He's from the Xayah tribe, and he's also a companion that will help us in combat while we uncover the secrets of this mysterious world. Speaking of fighting, Batora features two different combat styles that revolves around the main concept of the game, dualism. In her physical form, Avril will be able to use a sword to fight in melee, while in her mental form she'll be able to throw projectiles at enemies. Switching between them constantly during fight allows the player to adapt to every situation and change his strategy in a split second. This is important because every enemy inside Batora is divided into 3 different variations: physical, mental, and hybrid, so changing out combat style constantly is essential to emerge victorious. The nature switch mechanic is also used to solve many puzzles. For example, this one is a memory game that requires the player to listen to a sequence of notes and reproduce them with the help of Avril's physical and mental powers. The narrative side of Batora is also based on duality, and players will be able to shape their own path thanks to the karma system. During an adventure, Avril will have to make many difficult decisions, and each of them will have heavy consequences that may lead to different outcomes and endings. So, are you ready to meet fascinating creatures, explore mysterious planets, and discover where your decisions will take you? Batora Lost Haven is coming on PC and consoles this fall. Don't miss any
Give
of
us
the
a
news
date,
and
man.
surprises related to Batora. Wishlist it right now on Steam.
No date.
As Hilda delves deeper into the quest for her lost father, she will encounter many dangers and challenges in the city of Aphes. Let us introduce you to one of the main adversaries that Hilda will have to confront, Eulalia, the Prey. Famous for her beautiful voice, Eulalia used to be the most recognized singer during Aphes' glorious golden age. But, like so many others, Eulalia would fall victim to the curse that spread across the city 1,000 years ago. The famine brought on by the Asterigos changed her into something else. She turned to an evil cult, the Ethros, and dedicated herself to it, becoming a symbol by using her reputation and voice to lure more people to join the cult. The encounter starts with Eulalia flying around the top of the seats while sending attacks like voice shock blasts, feather blades, and cyclones. Occasionally, she'll descend to the ground to fight Hilda herself with even more dangerous claw and wing strikes. After some back and forth fights, Eulalia would fly to the sky and use her voice and feather blades to attack Hilda again. And this time, she even calls upon several harpy minions to assist her. During this phase, Hilda must fight the minions while watching out for Eulalia's deadly attacks from above. Once Hilda has dealt with the minions, Eulalia will land again, and this time with despair, as she will cause feather storms to swoop around the...
I feel like it's a little odd that we're seeing a trailer or gameplay demo for this game, and the developer is just... He's like explaining how to like beat this boss.
In close combat.
It's a little weird.
In the end,
it's like, all right, here's this mechanic, and then they're gonna do this mechanic.
We hope you enjoy this preview, and we can't wait to share more about the world of Asterigos with you.
Hey, look, it's me. It's a wizard game. This is clearly them trying to do Harry Potter. It's alright, we have to get this game out before Hogwarts Legacy comes out.
Spells and secrets.
That fish just killed that frog. Fight thrilling bosses as a fish. So you're playing a fish and, what is this, a cat, I guess? This is probably like a twin stick game. You're controlling both at the same time, maybe?
A tranquil island was hidden from the world. But one day, its shield vanished. The magical Amri once gave life, but now corrupts it. And all creatures, great and small, are being enslaved. Can you save Ikene Island?
Ikene.
Embark on an enchanting adventure. Explore a land of secrets. Free and befriend all kinds of animals. And use their talents to make new discoveries. Battle enemies. Or just hang out. Build your home.
Just gonna hang out with my blob.
Decorate it however you like. And help develop your hamlet. Grow all kinds of crops on your farm. And
Oh, so this is like a Stardew
everything
Valley
you need
clone.
to thwart greedy pirates, repel monsters, and uncover
Or maybe
mysteries.
Stardew mixed with tower
In
defense?
time, you can explore and restore peace to Ikone Island. A new Earthlock adventure is about to begin. Ikone Island. Coming soon on Steam.
You're a monkey captain. You like finding all the letters of the alphabet? They were lost in this world. And it's my job to put it back together. Some of these trailers are pretty quick.
Hey there. Don't you love a fun, upbeat platformer? In Frogan, you take control of Renata, daughter of world-famous archaeologists and inventors. They didn't allow her to accompany them to the dangerous ruins of the Temple of Beelzebub. And now, with the help of her trusty Frogan, she must save them and prove that she's a capable explorer too. Jump, zipline, grab, and throw. The Frogan is not only your grappling hook, but also your best friend.
Wait, what are you doing with that Frogan?
With it, you can reach over long gaps or even activate a lever from afar.
I think she has stolen the Frogan's power. It's a big monster.
Big bug bosses that serve as the guardians between areas. They may look charming, but they're powerful foes.
No, it doesn't look charming. It looks like it's upset that you're here.
Collect all sorts of treasure, including hats you can swap your helmet with, gallery pictures, tons
You can
of
tell this is
medals,
very
and
Mario,
full
like,
bestiary.
inspired. Like Super Mario 64.
Be on the lookout for Jake. He's a young treasure hunter who'll stop at nothing to get to the treasure before they
That
know it.
Jake, he's a troublemaker.
Whenever you find him, the race is on. Look around for hidden treasure and alternate paths because every level is full of surprises and optional objectives. From lush jungles to stinky swamps, snowy mountaintops and lava-filled shrines, the varied ruins ensure you'll need to be prepared for anything. But above all else, be prepared for lots of fun in Frogan.
That section back there where they had to like triple jump or like triple go between. That's the kind of section that I would get like stuck in, probably.
I am loving all of the frog games hopping around. Frog Gun and A Time on Frog Island. Animal. Oh my God. Ridiculous and amazing premises.
Yeah, Spells and Secrets will definitely have me showing off my magic touch. But Tora, so many solid titles.
Okay, kids, it's GC3 key time. Here is the QR code. Take a snapshot of it for some awesome games from developers and publishers representing the GC Guerrilla Collective. There's a limited time. There's a limited keys. We're going to be popping these up. Okay.
Get it.
That's enough. Okay. Y'all got your keys. Boom.
Up next, we're going to
It
put
didn't
on our
work.
creative caps and get back into strategy, show off some games that are focused on world building, narrative construction, and tending to your magnificent gardens. Let's hop right in and go.
This is our Stardew Valley block. Here we go.
Tragically, the human civilization has ended. But who said that the post-apocalypse has got to be all dire? In I Am Future, you find yourself on the roof in a sunken and overgrown city once called Cosmopolis, where nature reigns now. Gather food to cook various delicious dishes. Build yourself a base that would work seamlessly. Disassemble the old house appliances to create new stuff out of old parts. Explore Cosmopolis to find useful resources and new friends? I did not expect to see a talking fridge there. Oh well.
I
Get away
mean,
and start
all
your
new
life
refrigerators
fresh in
can talk.
I Am Future. Coming to Steam in 2022. Wish list now.
See, that game might actually be okay.
Welcome to Flat-Eye, a premier fuel station and technological hub. As the manager of Flat-Eye, we're entrusting you to provide unparalleled customer service. Let's explore the various modules you'll be tasked with to outfit your station. You'll be able to unlock the new technologies through the profits you earn with excellent customer service, so be attentive. At the start, your module list will be limited, but each new unit placed opens up new menus of possibilities. Take this toilet module you've installed. Thanks to your diligent work stocking shelves and promptly dealing with customer purchases, you now have enough
that,
to
an
upgrade
incinerator?
it to a smart toilet. We can tell so much by analyzing whatever's going down the drain. With this data, we can now safely open a doctor booth to provide sound medical advice to patrons so they can have their illnesses diagnosed and treated with further
You guys know I do like me a good management sim.
In essence, you have the most important job in the world. Flat Eye, making decisions for the benefit of everyone.
I'll write down. My concern there is not going to be enough to do. Let me see if that game's already on Steam. Let's see. It is no date, no nothing. Oh, funny. They're using the category of God game, a simulation God game strategy RPG. That'd be the kind of game that I bookmark, but then just kind of keep an eye on it. Oh, we got a world premiere.
Dinner's ready.
Be there in just a second, Mom.
There was no things in this story.
I was just gonna make the joke that he was gonna get sucked into the game.
You have to help us. Save us. From her.
Honey?
It's actually an interesting trailer. Is that the actual game, though? Like what he was playing? This game I think we saw yesterday. Another, like, tower defense, builder, Pokemon style. Should have listened to his mother, yeah. Monster Outbreak.
Look at this, Justin. Another dead plant. I could definitely use some gardening tips.
Show enough, you do not have a green
You just
thumb.
need some water.
I know. I think, you know what, Justin? No more real plants. From now on, I'm sticking to
They just
Animal
murdered a
Crossing and
plant.
Garden Inn. Now, for our final segment, we're going to touch your imagination with games that tickle your soul and jiggle your mind. Let's hop into some
I don't want
games
my
that bring
mind
a sense
jiggled.
of
That's
awe,
weird.
wonder, and give you all the feels.
Jiggle your mind, though.
Jiggle your mind.
Well, let's get to jiggling.
Oh, this is the cub. We saw this yesterday. This has been shown before.
It was a hot, sunny day. Fish died in the lake, and birds stopped singing. Those who could escaped to Mars. I ran deep into the forest, where she-wolf raised me with her cubs. Many moons later, you returned. You hunted and played golf. One day, I found one of you dead, so I put his helmet on.
Radio Nostalgia from Mars. Greetings, all you Martians out there. It's time for another round of Radio Nostalgia from Mars.
Yeah, it's kind of like an action platformer. This game looks pretty good.
About past on Earth. Will we ever return? Stay tuned for more on that.
You just found a bunch of gold.
Number 12, engaging order.
A little toddler pop there, taking us back to the days of late-stage capitalism at its finest. Child labor never sounded so sweet.
Radio Nostalgia.
I'm having to like mess with the volume in this showcase a lot. Their volume's like all over the place.
Hey, Slug Cats. I'm Buddy, the community manager for Akupara Games, and today I'd like to introduce you to the 5 new playable Slug Cats coming in Rain World Downpour, our new expansion for Rain World coming soon. If you haven't heard about the Downpour expansion for Rain World, it's bringing a whole host of new changes, characters, enemies, areas, and more to the Rain World experience. But the thing I really want to dig into today are those 5 adorable new Slug Cats. They are the Rivulet, the Spearmaster, the Saint, the Gourmand, and the Artificer. Up first, let's talk about the Rivulet. This blue little guy has a ton of advantages to living in the harsh, foreboding environment of Rain World. It runs faster, jumps higher, and can breathe underwater, which means it can zip across the map between rainstorms. That's the good news. The bad news is, 1, all that running and swimming burns a ton of calories. 2, Rivulet's hibernation cycles are shorter than any other slug cat. And 3, it doesn't carry much food over from day to day. Play the Rivulet if you want to be agile, but don't mind stocking up between storms. If you're looking for a little more aggression, though, maybe the Spearmaster will be for you. This spiky slug cat spawns spears, which is a tongue twister that I nailed on the first try. This is my first take, definitely not my 5th one, out of its tail.
I've seen this game before.
Start stabbing spiders, scavengers,
but is this
or squidcada.
A sequel, or is this the same game that I've seen before?
For every spear it lands on a target, which means it isn't all that interested in the dangle fruits and slime mold that other slug cats will need to sustain themselves. If you want to survive as Spearmaster, you better be out for blood. Play the Spearmaster if you want to be the Predator, hunting down prey and aggressively thriving between rainstorms. But maybe you want the opposite of that aggressive playstyle. Well, the Saint much prefers to avoid confrontations at all costs, which even includes using its long tongue to grapple through areas of the world. If the Rivulet is nimble in water, the Saint is acrobatic in the air, and you need to use that aerial finesse to stay high above the danger. The Saint won't even touch a spear, which can leave it a little bit exposed to being hunted down and devoured. Play the Saint if you want to deftly dodge your doom with your acrobatic antics. Okay, there's so much more I want to talk about, but I only have like 30 seconds left. There's 2 more slippery slug cats coming in Rain World Downpour, and I swear to God, one of them is the cutest
Okay, so
thing
Rain
I've
World
seen in your
Downpour.
life. You know, the other is just kind of...
The first one is called just Rain World.
Honestly, I'm just saying that to be nice. He's pretty messed up looking. You can go watch an extended cut of this video featuring
so this
them
must be a
right
sequel
now
then?
on YouTube or the Rain World Steam page. Otherwise, I hope you have a great time at the Guerrilla
Or maybe it
Collective.
is a DLC.
Cheers.
I missed the first part. You play as a floating disc. Traversing the cosmos. That previous shot almost looked like there were laser shots or something coming out of that volcano. So what is this game? Pokemon Snap except for the real world? Okay. So this is literally learn Japanese by taking pictures of things? Huh. That's a neat idea.
Candy, my soul is genuinely tickled right now. Those games were so wonderful.
I thought you were tickling your
many
brains.
amazing games today. It was really incredible.
Over 60 games. It's crazy.
Uh-oh,
Thanks
are we done?
once again to our sponsors and broadcasting partners for their support.
Oh, yeah, I guess that
PlayStation,
it
Razer,
is been an
Astro
hour and a
Gaming,
half.
Tencent, our fellow devs and publishers, 11-Bit, Akupara, All In Games, Assemble Entertainment, Aurora Punks, Freedom, Graffiti, Gravity Games Arise, HeroCraft, Modern Wolf, Raw Fury, Tiny Build, and Wired Productions. Also, we cannot forget our broadcasting partners, Twitch, GameSpot, Valve, and IGN for their support. Much gratitude.
You guys, a final reminder to be sure to check out the Guerrilla Collective event page on Steam.
Definitely check out those games, wish list the games, and support them on every platform. Huge shout out and thanks to Wilmer Sound. We are here in Berkeley, California in the awesome studio, and the scrappy, illustrious mix team, as well as AV Society. Be sure to tune in on Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Eastern, where the Guerrilla Collective gaming greatness will continue with GC 3.5. Also, you can follow the Guerrilla Collective on Twitter at Guerrilla Collect and everywhere
Yeah,
else
there's actually
at
been a
Guerrilla
couple
Collective,
of conferences
as well
announced
as
for
the
Monday
Mix
and
at
Tuesday
Indie
now.
Exchange on Twitter and at Media Indie Exchange
So we might have to
everywhere
cover
else.
those after
Once
the
again,
fact.
I am your host, Justin Woodward from The Mix, with my lovely co-host, Candace McKinney.
Especially the
Thank you
Xbox
again,
one.
Justin. Today was
So there's been
so
a
amazing.
second
I really appreciate
Xbox
you
conference
having me here.
announced.
I just always have so
Which
much
they
fun.
did that last year too. It's like they had their
With
main
that, we are
event and then they
signing
had
off
like a
and
little
passing it
side
off to
event.
Jenny
So
Wyndham, aka
we'll definitely be checking
Kim
that one out.
to jump into the warm and full-hearted world of wholesome games with Wholesome Direct. We'll see you guys next time.
We'll see you soon. Peace.
So is the Wholesome Direct like
Hey
right
everyone,
now?
and thank you so much, Candy. A huge congratulations to all of the developers and to the Guerrilla Collective team for an incredible way to jumpstart today's festivities. My name is Jenny Wyndham, and I'm with the Wholesome Games organizing team, and I'm excited to let you know that the fun does not stop here. We are going to be coming right up next with this year's Wholesome Direct Showcase, an event highlighting titles that are uplifting, cozy, and compassionate. So grab a snack, go take a quick stretch break, and make sure you stick around because we have lots of games to show you, and they're coming right up.
What time now? Oh, literally we have like 40 seconds? Okay. Okay, I'm going to do a quick cut on this one. This Wholesome one, I don't know if we're going to fully cover or not. We will see. But just a quick wrap up for Guerrilla Collective. I wrote down a handful of games that I thought looked really interesting. Exocolonist looked good. Arkanoid, 9 Years of Shadow, WrestleQuest, Batoria, and Flat Eye. Those games in particular look pretty good. But yeah, as I mentioned, when you have an indie showcase like that shows off like 40-some games, probably most of them are not going to be something that everybody would play. But yeah, the Guerrilla Collective, again, very, very solid, and we'll have to see what they have for Monday. But yeah, for those who are watching on YouTube, more coverage of Summer Game Fest coming up. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.